Hello, friends. Let me move this a little bit. Sorry. Hello, everybody. What's happening? What's happening? Well, you can see all my stuff over there. What's going on? If you are here, please, I'm going to put in here. Hold on. I'm going to look down here. Hold on. If you are a regular, you know that I'm looking at my chat down here. I'm looking up here. Hello, Marcy. Good to see you. Hello, Christy. How has your day been? My day's been good. My day has been good. Lots of different things going on, and I'm excited to be here tonight because I feel like this is actually a very important day. It's an important stream that we're going to do. Hello, Elizabeth. Good to see you. I miss you. Never see you in class. Where are you? You're riding that bike. You're riding that bike there, Elizabeth. Love my haircut. Hello, Lori. Thank you so much. Yeah, I could make it a little bit more. It's kind of mohawky. I like it. I like it. So, all right. So, let me look. Okay. Today is going to be a little bit different than what we do, but it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm sure you will be. I just miss you. I just miss you. And this month's theme in Spirit School is all about Celtic spirituality. It's been really good. Just letting you know. Hello, Sarah. If you would like to share this out, you can hit the little arrow. You can share it on Facebook. You can share it on Twitter. Because the more people that might need this today, because I think a lot of people need what we're going to do today, which is great. Awesome. Away. No, awesome. All right, so you can hear me okay? I've got the fan going because it's pretty hot here. Is the sound okay, everybody? The sound okay? Let me just see. It's pretty good. Sounds great. Okay, great. Because we got Jacqueline Smith's microphone on. All right, good. All right, so we'll get into more of what we're going to do today in just a second. But we're going to start with I'm going to start with a prayer. And this prayer, I'm a prayer guru, so I could just pray. But I actually was looking at this book earlier today, and if you don't have this book, it's great. It's Marianne Williamson's Illuminata. Anybody have this book? Anybody have this book? It's all about prayer, and there's a beautiful prayer about the world, and I wanted to just kind of say that prayer and us all sit in silence for a little while, because today is about creating a space where you can be safe and acknowledge what's going on. Anybody have this book or read this book? One of my Tempa has it. Hey, Tempa, good. Okay, it's a great book. It's a really good book, and it's there's a lot of beautiful prayers in it. And so, for some reason, I follow my intuition, of course, and I pulled out this book, and I saw this right away, and I just wanted to read it, and we'll sit quietly afterwards. Okay. Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay. All right, friends. So let's all take a big deep breath. Good. Okay. So I'm going to read the prayer, and then we're going to sit in silence for a little while. Okay. Here we go. Dear, I'm going to say Mother, Father, God, Divine Source, Universe, all that is. There is so much danger in the world today. There is so much insanity, so much darkness and fear. Our human resources are not enough to counter the evil on our streets and in our minds. Dear God, please send a miracle. In every country and in every home, into every mind and every heart, may the power of your Spirit trigger the light, activate our holiness, remind us of the truth within. May a great love now encompass us, a deep peace give us solace. For Lord, we live in fearful times, and we long for a new world. We surrender what is to the bonfire of your genius. Refine this metal. Refashion our creations. Remind us of the eternal truths. Return us to our native grace. Take back what we have kept and thus condemned. For you are mighty, Lord, and can do what we cannot. May the world be reborn. Help us forgive and leave the past behind us, the future to be directed by you. Hallelujah, for you have the power. Praise and thanksgiving as you use it to save us, to heal us, to lift us from the past. And we accept. And together we say thank you very much, and so it is. Amen. We're going to sit in silence for just a couple of minutes. So let's just sit in silence. Good. Okay, take a deep breath. And open your eyes. Okay. Welcome. All right, welcome everybody. It's great to have you here. Hello, Christine. All right. Today, you know, we're always here. Hi, Ashley. We're always here Monday nights, Wednesday nights. What has gone on in the United States, if you're in the United States, I think most of you are. What has happened in the world in the last week or so with the shooting situation is intense. It throws you off your balance. It seems to throw you out of connection with God, with love, and with Source, right? So the reason that we're dedicating this to kind of like how do you deal and what do you do with societal tragedies, right? So there's this whole world going on. This whole world's happening. So we have a personal life, we have a public life, we have a societal life, we have a communal life, and we have a world life, right? So Christy says, so sad. It is sad. It's sad. So what I felt, of course, immediately, is that we had to dedicate this time to making a space where we could share, we could talk, we can be honest. Because these times, just like the prayer of Marianne says, we're living in very, very, very difficult times and very strange times, right? Very strange times, right? Right? Thank you, Della. That was actually Marianne's prayer. So beautiful. So, what I want to do tonight is that I want to give us a space where we can find our peace again, find our connection with God, with Source, with love. And also to be able to have a place where we can just say what's on our mind. Because, listen, before we get into, I want to hear from all of you. Today is going to be about hearing from you. Is that what happens when you're on a spiritual path is that a lot of times you feel like, oh, I'm supposed to be good, I'm supposed to be positive, I'm supposed to not feel bad, I'm supposed to feel more spiritual, and then the ego takes that spiritual to be like, oh, I should never have anything affect me, and that is not the truth. Say yes in the chat if you understand what I'm saying, because a lot of times when we come to either a spiritual or religious path, is that we're meant to be like, I'm above it all. I'm above it all. It doesn't affect me. Everything's fine. I have no, I am completely Jesus, right? Absolutely. Yes, and that creates confusion, Cheryl. It does. It does, of course. It does. Right, for sure. So today, listen, my friends, every single thing that happens in your life is all meant to help you to come back to the truth of who you are and your connection with God, with Source, with love, with life, with grace, whatever you want to call it. Remember, for a while I was saying, connect with peanut butter in the sky. I don't care what you call it, peanut butter in the sky. It doesn't matter. So, as I've always said, and I always teach you, it's when I really learned this years ago, is that you're not your feelings, you're not your circumstances, you're not your emotions. And once you start to truly get that, that's when you start to go, oh shit, I can choose now. I am not at the effect of the world. I'm not at the effect of the things, right? And there's a misnomer, especially in the Course in Miracles world or a lot of metaphysical world, that says, oh, well, that's not really real. It's not really happening. So just pretend like it's not even happening. That is going to lead you into horrible, horrible, horrible dysfunction and psychosis, and we don't want that. No, 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 no. We want to be self-actualized. We want to be real. But we want to be real from the sense of seeing it truly, not from your little self, but from big self, right? And part of that is being able to say, I am depressed. I am hopeless. This is a situation where I don't know what to do. I've been put in this situation. Let's be really brutally honest here. These mass shootings that have happened, listen, it ain't nothing new, first of all. It ain't nothing new. We're not going to get political here at all. But politics, of course, affects our life. So it ain't nothing new. It's just that it's happening to us now. It might be new in a different kind of way, but it's the same shit. Listen, the same shit. Same shit. So, today I want to just open this space up for you to say what all of this stuff is making you feel. So you can say anything in the chat. You're completely safe here. It's all good. So I want to give you a space so that you can say, I'm fucking mad, or I'm disappointed, or I don't understand this. Listen, here's the deal. These situations in life is where people start to feel like God has abandoned them. One of the reasons they feel that way is they don't get it out, and they don't process it, and they don't talk about it, and they don't get it out there besides in their mind. So let's see. Cheryl says she feels helpless. Got that. Anyone else feel helpless? Ashley, hugs to all. Good. That's another part of it. Supporting our brothers and sisters, loving them, right? Stacy, it's so heartbreaking because everything is so sudden. People just living their everyday lives. Right. Right, Stacy. I thought about that. If you watched my Periscope, I was at a concert the other night, and the shooting happened in the morning. The Ohio shooting hadn't happened yet. And while we were leaving this beautiful, great concert, I thought, oh my God, we are We are targets right now. This whole place could be shut up. But I thought about that for a moment, and I was like, nah, So you're totally right, Stacy. And it leaves you feeling helpless, for sure. Feel sad and don't know how exactly to help. Do you need to help? My question is, do you need to help? Let me just ask you that. Christy says they have been happening for longer. What's new is the internet and being able to connect. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. It's not new, but it feels like it's accelerating. Yes, I validate that. I validate that for sure. Makes me mad that people could do something like that. For sure. Anger is a big part of it. Listen, anger is a big part of it, Christy. Good. Helpless. Marcy says sad and angry all weekend. Cried off and on. Good. I send prayers, love, and light. I've gone from sad to angry. Nothing is being done to save lives. All right. All right. I got that. And it ends up leaving you and having that feeling of helplessness. Of helplessness, right? Anything else? Good. Listen, in the chat, you can support your sisters and brothers here in the chat because they need it. They need it. Anything else? I ask God to tell me where to go, tell me what to do, tell me what to say and to whom. Very good, Lori. It breaks my heart that someone is so broken that they cause so much pain. Stacy, I'm so with you. Sorry, I'm so with you. It breaks my heart too. Because listen, let me just say this really quickly and then we'll keep reading. This kind of stuff doesn't happen in a vacuum. This is happening because people are disconnected from themselves. They are lost. They are lonely. They are sad. That if someone is in peace and flow and love and feels loved and supported and purposeful, they do not do this kind of stuff. They don't, right? I feel like more people care about the ending of the game shooting. Yeah. Yeah. And that is maddening. That's maddening. They more care about what filter they're going to look like, right? Mm-hmm. Sad, disappointed, and fear for a second, but also love, forgiveness, and hopeful, right? Yes, thank you for sharing, everyone. This is what it's about. We have to share. I want you to go there. I mean, today is about going there. Just go there. Get it out. I'm not listen, I'm not promising nothing. But I am not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. That's beyond my purview on some level. But I am here to create a space so that you can feel safe to say what you need to say. Because listen, my belief is that you will be guided. You will be guided. You lose hope when you feel like you're not being guided. When you feel like you're not being, when you're concerned, sorry, I just have to do this really quickly. Okay. When you feel like your stuff isn't being heard or whatever, right? Let me see. Okay. All right. I had a moment where I thought maybe my dad, who died almost 2 years ago, was lucky not. That's listen, that is really, really, really understandable, Marcy. Really understandable. I get that. Sunbathing something he's been told for, but honestly, I think yeah, because thoughts and prayers. Listen, first of all, here we believe in prayer and we believe in the power of thought, but it's not just that. In the store, I saw bulletproof backpacks and seriously wondered, oh, wow. That's the kind of everyday stuff, Tempa, that makes you fucking crazy. I get that. Even if one person wakes up in some way from these experiences, that's a miracle. Oh, Sarah, that's exactly right. We just don't see it right away, right? Right. And listen, that's what the egoic mind is going to do. It's like, oh, thank God my dad's not here because he doesn't have to deal with this. Da, 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 da. But I'm telling you, just in that other room is my dad. who's, 83 years old. And he is, when somebody is that old and they've lived through all this stuff, older than all of us, it's really depressing. It's really depressing. I get it. That is a shock. See? There's other people thinking the same thing. And it's a whole thing about we have to live in fear. But we don't have to live in fear. Now, here's the deal. I want to say this, kind of when we're wrapping up. Not wrapping up here, but we can choose to live in fear. And here's the thing that we get like, well, am I supposed to be stupid that this isn't happening? No, you're not supposed to. But listen, remember, everybody, that from A Course in Miracles point of view, Jesus says, remember, there's a positive form of denial. And that positive form of denial is to deny that anything of the world has any effect on our connection of eternal life with God. I know that sounds trite and it sounds like, what? But that, if you develop that, then it is very different. Let me look. You're not afraid. Good, great. Having to think about buying a bulletproof anything for children. It is crazy. It's insane. Okay. The world is a reflection of our collective internal beingness. So our collective internal beingness is insane. Right? So don't think that it's going to be sane, because it's not. And it's not going to be. You get it? I was encouraged to hear a crowd chanting, "Do something," while I believe everything happens for a reason, and our scripts are written before we get here. On this earthly plane, light always prevails over dark. That's great, Elizabeth. I love it. I'm just looking, everybody. Frustrated because I felt like no one else. Marcy, honestly, do you think you're the only one? Marcy. Marcy! Everyone feels it. They just might be in denial of it, right? It was for our elder to see how nothing has changed and how people treat other has not improved in their lifetime. Yeah, Christy, I understand. I understand there was typos in there, but I get that. Right. But listen, they lived through the civil rights era, and they lived through Vietnam, and they lived through the 50s. I mean, my dad, who is, Chinese and Filipino and everything, when he first came here and he was 16 years old, he didn't know if he should go to the black bathroom or the white bathroom. And then he got drafted, whatever. He went into the service. He went to North Carolina, which I know where Cheryl lives, and he got off the bus and he was like, should I go to the colored ones or should I go to the white one? He didn't know. He did not know. And so he's lived through all of that, and he sees this coming up. So, it's rough for older people because they see the evolution that we've been through, and they also see the echoes of what happened in the past. That's rough. Hi, Christy. Go to Walmart, but need something that we can... Had a cop standing outside, felt sad. Yeah. Well, listen, if you're a New Yorker, like I think maybe a couple of people are New Yorkers, when I lived there 9/11, after 9/11, there was armed cops everywhere. I know. Hopeless to think that any lawmakers or politicians are going to do anything to stop this. Well, Sandy, that's the point. We have this idea that someone else is going to save us. That's a whole other topic. Someone else is going to save us. Duh. That ain't going to happen. Right. But the truth is, we're never backsliding. We're always growing. As a species, we're always growing. And we might be growing to a place that feels really uncomfortable. Scary time for sure. I'm originally from Dayton. Oh, I'm sorry, Natty. Great. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Civil rights movement. We can't give up. But here's the deal. This is a personal thing from me as your spiritual teacher. You have to get the idea of that there's going to be someone's going to save us out of your mind. Because that is what's keeping us stuck. That keeps you stuck on your spiritual path, on your political path, on your money path, on all of that. It keeps you stuck. No one is going to save you. No one is going to save you. Let me see, Stacy. Where there is no hope, there is no light. In times like this, we need to use our voices to do something. That's right. That's exactly right. I lived through 9/11. I saw the planes go in. I saw the souls flying up. It was the most horrific, life-changing thing for me. I was right there. I was right there in the West Village watching the planes go in. But it was a call for love. It was a call for love. And the beauty and the connection of all the people of New York City and how everyone got together. And then there was the egoic mind that said, no, we're going to go into a war. And we're still not done with that war. So, okay, let me just look at here. Expect them to save us, but in democracy. I agree. I agree, Tempa. I agree. Hello, Andrea. Okay, lots of military and people open carry. Yep. You find the guns comforting. That's interesting. Hugging a day with a friend. Let me just friend help me out though. I'm pretty isolated at home most of the time with the kids. Yes, reaching out, connecting with others. This is not the time to isolate yourself. This is not the time to isolate yourself. You have to connect with people. Chapel Hill. Great, Natty. I'm bad for school-age kids. I agree, Christine. Bomb threats really started in high school. Yeah, I know. But listen, as a parent, you walk through life and you're just like, you teach your kids, you know what? Listen. Our soul is safe. Our soul is connected to God. So it doesn't matter. But just walk in love. Walk in peace. Walk in compassion. Walk in kindness. Walk in joy. That's what and I'm sure that you do that. People here are highly trained and not reactionary. That's great. I love it. Totally isolated. Oh, Christine, you gotta change that. I have a video coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow, my video, YouTube video. What was the title that I came up with? Hold on. The title I came up with are 5 secrets to regain your hope. And one of those secrets is to make sure that you are a good Samaritan and you're connecting with others. Big deal. Big deal. So, Christy, you got to reach out, even if it's online first, but reach out. Connect with people. Do not isolate yourself. Bad thing, because most people will end up being in fear when they're disconnected. Okay, let me look. Christy says, it just seems like it's thrown in our faces more. Of course it is. Obeying citizens will follow a gun law. Criminals are going to still get their guns legally. Okay. Everything is love or a call for love. Everything. So, are you going to answer the call for love? That's all you have to think. Okay, hold on a second. Kids have way too much to deal with. Yeah, right. And if more people carried guns on them, which is sad that we have to think about, that we're less people injured. Well, it's if you believe that might makes right and that If you, it doesn't matter, I'm not judging you. If you believe that might makes right, and you believe that you don't believe in turning the other cheek, then that might work for you. Might work for you. I'm not sure. Military in Mexico a long time ago with guns, it made me feel safer. Yeah, it does. Yeah, good for you, Christy. I don't understand why some people are afraid of minorities. You're never going to understand that. I mean, I could sit here and tell you exactly how the egoic mind has been manipulated to do that, but you're never going to understand it, so don't try to understand it. Working at McDonald's, I get to connect with so many people every day. It's actually pretty great. That's awesome, Cheryl. I love that. See? That's what we're talking about. Yeah, that didn't... You're... Marcy, you're right. That didn't help in Texas. No, it's okay. Listen, we're not debating. We're not... No one's right or wrong. Just say what you want to say. I'm not judging. We're just having a discussion. Listen, all of us here, I'm sure, in this live stream right now, wants a world where we can have different opinions and not think each other is wrong. It's all good. Sarah says, to me, if we are all carrying guns around and a shooting starts, we all pull out our guns, how do we know which people are the bad guys? Just how I feel. I mean, that's pretty logical. That's pretty logical, so, you know, it's fine. Listen, to be completely transparent, I'm not a gun person. I would never own a gun. It doesn't work for me. But the gun, many times, like I said, the gun is the effect, and it's not the cause. It's the thing that's the outside. The cause is something completely different. I'm more interested in the cause. The Dayton shooter killed 9 people and injured dozens in just 30 seconds. I know, that's crazy. But at the same time, you can look and go, wow, in 30 seconds they got him. So, I know. Oh, Marilyn. Nothing can stop this. Okay. One thing that makes me feel I can help in a tiny way is to smile. That's not, listen, Tempa. What Tempa wrote right there is not small. So Tempa, that's really big. Because it's working at a different level. It's at the truth level, right? Beautiful. Thank you. I agree. It's like the Wild West. I know. When I'm at work, I always look around to see what I can use as a weapon just in case. Wow, that's just crazy, Cheryl. Living in fear. I'm sorry. Christy says, stop the shooter before so many people get hurt. That's I get that. That's the eye for an eye. That's the eye for an eye kind of thing. Which is fine. I get that. And this is the kind of stuff that comes up for us in these times. Judy, hi. I wish there were more resources for people who are hurting so they would not. Judy, or yeah. I agree. In my opinion, the only people who should own those fast-shooting assault guns are military. If you want to own a gun to protect your family, why not just own a handgun? Yep. Christy says, I could never own a gun, but that's just me. I don't mind if other people have guns as long as it's legal and they're safe with it. Good. I agree. Not just in case I can act to stop it. I get that. Some public figures come on TV and said this person was not mentally ill. Can you believe that? I don't know. Can you believe it? And then we come back to the whole mentally ill thing. What is mental illness? What's mental illness? And I'm serious when I say that. Because we have to even look at that. Because what might be diagnosed as mental illness, this person might not have, but this person has a deep-seated sense of separation and loss. and isolation. Maybe that's not mental illness. But here's the deal. They're in fear. They are sad. They are disconnected, right? So who knows? It's a great question, Marilyn. It's a great thing to point out, right? Judy says mental illness is people who are hurting. Could be. Versus brainwashing. Look at what messages are being broadcast. Yeah. I try to speak to people, even if it's just a smile, a quick hello, because many, that's the connection that someone... Yeah. Stacy, I couldn't agree more, because that moment, like Tempa said, a smile, a touch, just a little look in your eye at somebody can change their whole life. They can feel like someone... Listen, one of the biggest things is people don't think that they're seen. They're not... People don't get them. So in a moment, you and I have the power to actually see them. And in that moment, there is grace. And in that moment, there is God. And in that moment, there is a miracle. Right? How sad is it that bulletproof backpacks? I know. Hi, Aaron. Mental illness is relative, Aaron says. I feel like some of these people are missing that human... Listen, no greater statement has been said, Stacy. That is the truth. It's connection. We all long for connection. If you don't have connection, you have no purpose. I mean, if you have no purpose, then you start being angry at the other. Just saying. Marcy says, saying they have mental illness, I feel, is a slap to people with depression or bipolar. Those people are more likely to hurt themselves, I feel. Same with autism. Yeah. Do you see how it's like, oh, it has to fit in this box or this label or this box? I have news for you, friends. Real life doesn't fit in a label. Real life doesn't fit in a box. It just doesn't. It doesn't. That's why we have to ask, what is mentally ill? It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. A gray area. Hi, Angie. What makes someone hurt themselves? What makes someone hurt someone else? Loneliness, fear, lack of knowing the truth of who they are, really. That's why the spiritual work is so important. You do the work and you're like, oh my God, I'm connected to life. I'm connected to love. I'm connected to joy. I'm connected to peace. That's who I am. And a person that is in that space is much less likely to go, I think I'm going to kill somebody. I'm going to kill myself. Duh. Some society would not call schizophrenia mental illness. They would call it a gift. Very good, Aaron. Very good. Hi, Jan. Every time there's another shooting, the politicians and the media say the same things over. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's very frustrating. They do. You are right. Wait, hold on. Thank you for all your participation, friends. It's gray areas. But gray areas still, listen, I'm going to say this. Gray areas still, on some level, I'm going to challenge you, is still implying that there is an area. There ain't no area. There's no area. Just saying. You were suicidal as a kid. Hey, I was suicidal a couple weeks ago. But I didn't do it. So, am I mentally ill? No. So, personally, when I'm upset, take it out on yourself. For others, I know they take it on. In my opinion, men tend to take it out on others, women on themselves. On some level, right? If we all show more kindness, Christy, that's exactly right. Kindness to ourselves, kindness to others. Right? Hi, Kendra. People hurt themselves because they are angry and disconnected. Right, Ken? I agree. Thoughts and prayers. The shooters have all been men. You're right. Thank you. I'm not taking Chantix, but when I took Chantix, I think that you were probably on one of my streams where I was talking about Chantix. I'm not on Chantix right now. I'm good. Everything's fine. Just letting you know, it's all good. We were in Texas, I think, a couple of years ago. That costly. Yeah. Thank you. It's okay. I only listen. I said that because even someone that does the work can get in that place. Right? It's okay. It's okay. I'm not mentally ill. I'm not depressed. I'm not whatever. But I literally almost did. But I'm good. Thank you, Angie. My hair looks fabulous. Now I don't have a reason to live. It's Marcy. What you said about men and women is a generalization that I use too. So it's okay. Right, Lori. I love you. I love you. Good. Okay, so we're going to start wrapping up, everyone. I'm so glad that you're here. Great discussion. Great discussion. Really good discussion. So let me just ask you this. I always ask this kind of question. This whole discussion was about, this idea about societal difficulties and all this stuff. Do you feel any better now than you did at the beginning of our conversation? To take a break from the news. That's very good. Good job. Thank you, Judy. Also, if people would stop passing judgment, Christy, it's all about that, and think that they're better. Listen, one of the greatest things you can ever memorize on your brain is, do I want to be right or do I want to be peaceful? Because if you want to be right, and then you can see everyone else in the world wanting to be right, you're not going to be peaceful. You can't be right and need to be peaceful and have peace. It just doesn't work. Feel better. Me too. Good. I do actually. I was only here for a moment. You're here most of the time. Good. Love an action tribe always. Oh, Stacy, you're sweet. Thank you, Lori. Good. Oh, Natty, I love that. Be kind to all kinds. That's so sweet. That's awesome. Good. You feel better. Awesome. Good. And be peaceful. That happened to be right. To be right, too. Very good. Very good. All right, friends. I love you so much. That was really great. I hope that this really does. It's not about the guns. It's about the society we live in. We need to get back to basics, knowing our neighbors. Great way to kind of wrap it up, Sandy. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Very good. All right, friends. Thank you so much. That was really nice. And I'll see you tomorrow on Periscope. I'll be back here on Wednesday night. We'll do something completely different. Tomorrow, the new video comes out tomorrow. If you would like to become a patron of mine, which quite a few you can become a patron of mine starting at $2 a month and going up. You will get previews of my newest videos. You'll get different things, and you will show that you appreciate the work that I do, because I do not get paid unless somebody offers to pay or does a class of mine or something. So if you feel like you would like to contribute, you can go to patreon.com/Max Ryan Coach, and you can give us little as $2, $10, whatever you feel like a month. So I would appreciate that. All right. I love you so much, everyone. Okay. Yeah, Natty, thank you. And if you are not following, definitely make sure you follow and hit the bell, because we're doing a lot of stuff here. So it's great to have you. All right, everyone, have an incredible night. I love you with all my heart. I'll see you back here on Wednesday. Okay. Thank you. Bye, everybody.